Yo, can you guys hear me? There we go. All right, I had my volume down for a quick second. What's up, guys? How we all doing? Hello, 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 my friends. Hello, family. It is Friday, baby. It's Friday. Let's go, TGIF. Oh, man, I'm looking forward to the weekend. It should be a lot of fun. But I hope you're all having yourselves an awesome day, an awesome Friday night. I know I'm ready for the weekend. What was I gonna say? I was gonna say something, and then something just popped out of my head. Let's put this over. Okay, Phillies cover. Oh, that's what you're rooting for. Nice, 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 nice. Rising Rhino. That sucks. You have to work tomorrow. I apologize about that. That's tough, you know. But let's enjoy this Friday night. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate you for coming on here and for giving me some support. As always, you've been one of my biggest supporters from day one, and I'm really proud of everything that we've built on here, and I hope everybody's doing well. Okay, yeah, I have to miss my first football stream. Oh, dude, that sucks. Damn, that's tough. I know the feeling. I know the feeling because I've done that for freelancing, so sometimes I have to freelance and then I can't make it back in time for, at the very beginning of the stream. So I totally get it. Like that happened to me when I was doing a Sixers game a couple of weeks ago. So I totally understand. Ryzen Rhino, you're doing great too. If you guys haven't done so, please go subscribe to Ryzen Rhino's channel. He's been doing a whole lot of content with XFL and has been really killing it. And I'm not just saying that. I truly, truly mean that for sure. So please go subscribe to his channel. If you want to post your link, I think that you can post your link. If it does kick you out for posting that, please let me know because that's not intentional or anything. So if you can post your link, I hope it doesn't kick you out. But if it does, email me and let me know. So you'll be my first pit testing person. I can't necessarily think. I apologize about that. Okay. But yes. Okay, so the Phillies. All right, let's get down to business. Let's talk about the Phillies. Okay. They're 20-23 and they've been really struggling over the last 5 games. They got swept by the Giants and they just could not handle their business. They lost 7-4 in the last game and they gave up 4 runs in the first, and then they tied it back. And then in that bottom of the 8th inning, Gregory Soto was just really, really bad. So, and then they ended up losing by a score of 7-4. They had the bases loaded in the 9th inning, and the name of the game for the Phillies is that they just keep they keep leaving runners on the bases. So, that's pretty much how it's been, and that just cannot happen. And they're taking on the Chicago Cubs. And the Cubs are 19-24. They actually just got swept by the Houston Astros, and they're coming off of a really bad loss. The Astros actually came back in the 9th inning, and they won. And Kyle Tucker had a 2-run single to walk things off. So they are not really in such a good spot either. As I mentioned, that they are 19-24. They've given up 48 runs over their last 5 games. So that their pitching has really been abysmal, and they really just have a whole lot of questions about who's closing for them, who's coming in certain situations, what's going to happen when Kyle Hendricks comes back, and all that type of stuff. So they are in a very big slump too, and Cody Bellinger, one of their key pieces, actually just went on the injured list today because he injured his left hamstring. When he tried to rob Kyle Tucker on a home run on Monday. So, yes. And yeah, so they're just falling apart. And hopefully the Phillies can just try to take advantage of that. That's going to be something that they're going to have to do, take advantage of this Cubs team. 12 away from 400. I know, it's pretty exciting, man. I'm excited to share that milestone with you guys. We are 12 away from 400. It's not just me. It's us, okay? We are a family. And I keep saying that, but it's true. And Rising Rhino, yeah, you can't leave ducks on the pond, man. You can't do that. It's like dropped catches in football. If you're wide open, you can't drop these passes, that are thrown to you, especially if it's a really good throw from like Joe Burrow or like whoever it is. And it's like in basketball too, like when the Sixers were shooting really poor from three. Like those types of things, they kind of all go hand in hand, and we can't have those things happen. So, yeah, thank you. I appreciate it. I try. All right, so the lineups are out. All right, so the Cubs will be batting first as we are at Citizens Bank Park. Nico Horner, Dansby Swanson, Ian Happ, Seiya Suzuki, Trey Mancini, Yan Gomes, and Christopher Morel and Nick Madrigal. That is the lineup for the Chicago Cubs. Talk a little bit more about where everybody's playing in just a few seconds. But Ranger Suarez is on the bump for the Phillies. He pitched in one inning, and that was against the Colorado Rockies. He went 4 innings. He has a 6.75 ERA, 4 strikeouts, and 1 walk on the season so far. Nice crowd at Citizens Bank Park as the sun is still shining. It's out in right field, and there's a couple of shadows over towards the left center field side, but it's interesting. So it has to be Army weekend because the Phillies are wearing their Army hats out there. So I think that's really nice. You know, giving people. It's Veterans Day week. I was just thinking it's probably Memorial Day weekend special. That's what it is. All right, there we go. So Nico Horner comes up. He's batting on the right side. So once again, it's Horner over at second base for the Cubs. Swanson batting second. He's over at shortstop. Happ is out in left field. Suzuki batting cleanup in right field. Patrick Wisdom is the DH. And the 0-1 is taken up high for a ball. Trey Mancini is over at first. He's batting 6th. Yan Gomes batting 7th at the catcher position. Christopher Morel hitting 8th out in center field. And Nick Madrigal is batting 9th. He's over at third base. So it's 1 ball, 2 strikes. JT is wearing the Army chest pad. It looks really cool. The 1-2. Ground ball back over to Ranger Suarez, and he takes a quick step off the mound, and the throw over to first is in plenty of time for out number 1. So there is 1 gone as Horner grounds out back to Ranger Suarez. So the Phillies, well, as far as their defensive lineup goes, JT Realmuto is behind the plate. Ranger is on the bump. And over at first base, we'll get to the infield alignment and go from first base to third base in just a few seconds as the first pitch to Swanson is fouled off. So over at first base, we got Alec Boehm. At second base is Bryson Stott. Third base is Edmundo Sosa, and shortstop is Trey Turner. The 0-1 is skied out to shallow right field. Stott on the run says he has it, and he'll make the catch for the second out of the inning. Stott had to go out there just a little bit, call off Nick Castellanos, says didn't have his sunglasses on, but didn't need them. So that's a pop out to second base, and Ian Happ is up. So then for the Phillies outfield, out in left field is Kyle Schwarber. In center field is Brandon Marsh. And in right field, we got Nick Castellanos. First pitch. It's taken on the corner for a called strike. Ian Happ is up at the plate. He's batting .321 in the month of May. The 0-1. Check swing. The home plate umpire, Andy Fletcher, says that he went around. And it's no balls, 2 strikes. So we're in the top of the first inning. There's 2 outs. Nobody on. No balls, 2 strikes to Ian Happ. Ranger Suarez has 8 pitches so far in the inning. And the 0-2. Taken just a tad down low. There's David Ross in the dugout. He's in his 4th season as manager for the Cubs. Won a World Series with them back in 2016. The 1-2 pitch by Suarez. Outside and low for a ball. 2 balls, 2 strikes. It was a cutter at 88 miles per hour. Nobody on, 2 outs in the top of the first inning. The Phillies opening up a 3-game series against the Chicago Cubs here at Citizens Bank Park. The 2-2. It's popped up, but it's fouled behind the plate, and it'll find the seats. So as I mentioned, Ranger made his first outing against the Colorado Rockies, and he went 4 innings. He looked pretty good throughout the first 2 innings, and then got into a little bit of a shaky third. And the 2-2. It's fouled over towards the right field side. It'll find the seats, and there's a fan who just caught a souvenir. 6 pitches in this at-bat, only 2 foul balls by Ian Happ. And on deck is Seiya Suzuki. 3 seconds left on the pitch clock in the 2-2. Ooh, just a little bit below the knee is a 95-mile-per-hour fastball that Ranger did not get the call on. Three balls, 2 strikes, and the payoff pitch. Ground ball right through the hole into left field. It gets past Turner and Sosa for a base hit, and there's a 2-out single. So Happ gets the first hit of the series for the Cubs. And, here is Seiya Suzuki, who hit 2 home runs in his last game. That was against the Houston Astros. And the Cubs had a 6-1 lead going into the 8th inning. And, Kyle Tucker walked it off, and they won, and the Astros won and came back in the 9th. First pitch is down low for a ball. Seiya hitting .306 in his last 18 games and has a .986 on-base plus slugging percentage. The 1-0. Just a little bit down low for ball 2. So the crew chief, we got Andy Fletcher behind the plate. First base umpire is Eric Backus. At second base, it's Laz Diaz. And at third base, we got Mike Estabrook. 2 balls, no strikes. A runner on over at first. And the pitch. It's taken at the knees, a sinking fastball at 94 miles per hour. Gabe, what's going on? Thanks for coming on here, dude, as always. 2 balls, 1 strike to Suzuki. And on deck is Patrick Wisdom, who leads the Cubs in home runs. The 2-1. Just on the inside corner. Good job by JT to frame it perfectly, and good job by Ranger Suarez to throw that in a nice spot. That makes it a 2-2 count. Suzuki was caught looking at the sinker. Over at first is Ian Happ. 2 outs in the top of the first, and the 2-2 in the dirt and taken down low for ball 3. Nico Horner just got activated from the injured list today. He had a hamstring injury. Cubs made a lot of moves today. I'll talk a little bit more about it in just a few seconds. Big payoff pitch coming up. 2 outs, a runner on over at first in the 3-2. Just a little bit inside and low for ball 4. And that is back-to-back base runners that get on for the Cubs. So Horner grounded out over to second base to start off the inning. And then he grounded out back to Ranger Suarez. And then Dansby Swanson popped out to second base. Ian Happ got on with a single to left field. And Seiya Suzuki got on with a walk. Here's Patrick Wisdom, who's batting .238 this season. He has 12 homers, which leads the Cubs. And he has 23 RBI on the season. He's looking to get some more here. Runners at first and second. Suarez takes a quick step off the mound and tries to keep the runner at second base in check. Over at second is Happ, and at first is Suzuki. And the first pitch in this at-bat is a curveball at 78 miles per hour on the inside corner. Man, that had a lot of movement. The one thing that Jack Fritz on 94 WIP was talking about in the first outing that Ranger had was that his curveball actually looked really good overall. And it most certainly did. The 0-1. Swing and a miss on a 94-mile-per-hour four-seam fastball. It was on the upper third of the outside corner. He goes with a curveball and then a fastball. It's just so deceiving sometimes. 5 seconds left on the pitch clock. 2 outs and 2 runners on for the Cubs and the 0-2. Just a little bit up high for a ball. So Edwin Rios for the Cubs was also recalled from Iowa today. And because Cody Bellinger went on the injured list, Mike Tauchman actually got selected to the Cubs roster. The 1-2. Inside for ball 2. Tauchman played for the New York Yankees and the San Francisco Giants. Happ over at second base. He got on with a 2-out single. Saya Suzuki over at first. He got on with a walk. 2 outs and the 2-2 pitch to Wisdom. Check swing. Did he go? The home plate umpire says yes, he did. And Wisdom cannot believe it. And he's going to go back into the dugout. He's still arguing with Andy Fletcher behind the plate. And that'll do it. No runs, 2 men left, and we go to the bottom of the first. The Phillies coming up to bat in just a few moments. Wow. That was a big call. I don't know if he went around. And I always forget. I got to update the scoreboard. Somebody has to remind me to do that. Like after the first at-bat. I always forget. And I should know. But, nope. Okay. Here we go. What is up, Star Wars? Thanks for coming on here, dude. Appreciate it. If you guys are new to my channel, I want to remind you guys to make sure that you like, make sure you subscribe, hit the notification bell icon. Also, make sure that you follow all the social media platforms down below, okay, in the description area. It also should be linked in the live chat as well at the very tippy top, right below the poll. You can follow JJ on all the social media platforms on LINKTREE, and make sure that you do that. And also, if you would like to donate to the channel, okay, you can totally do that as well. I'm not, I don't want anybody to feel obligated to do it, but I'm just saying that if you do want to donate to Play-by-Play with JJ, the links to them are also on LINKTREE as well. There's PayPal and Venmo. So, yes. All right, so let's talk about the starting lineup for the Phillies. So, they got Bryson Stott leading things off over at second base. Trey Turner is batting second over at short. Bryce Harper hitting third. He's the designated hitter. Nick Castellanos batting fourth out in right field. Kyle Schwarber hitting fifth. He's playing left field. JT Realmuto hitting sixth behind the plate. Over at first, hitting seventh is Alec Bohm. The center fielder will be Brandon Marsh. He's hitting eighth. And then to round things up, batting ninth is Edmundo Sosa over at third base. So Stott leading things off, and the first pitch is taken outside for a ball. So Marcus Stroman is on the bump. Stott is on a 5-game hitting streak for the Phillies. He's hitting .280 on the season with 3 home runs and 14 RBI. And the next pitch is on the outside corner for a called strike. So Stroman has a 2-4 record. He's pitched in 50 innings this season. He has a 3.24 ERA, 47 strikeouts, and 19 walks. The 1-1, that's slapped foul and out of play. So once again, it's Stott, Turner, Harper, Castellanos, Schwarber, Realmuto, Bohm, Marsh, and Sosa. That is the lineup for the Phillies. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Stroman kicks, steals, and the pitch. Ground ball back up the middle for a base hit. And Bryson Stott took a pitch that was way down low, and he stayed with it. Gets the thumbs up from Kyle Schwarber, and the Phillies get a leadoff single to start off the series. That's one way to do it. Trey Turner steps up to the plate. He's 0 for 10 with 2 walks in his career against Marcus Stroman. And the first pitch, that's taken down low for a ball. So as I mentioned, Trey is 2 for 10 versus Marcus Stroman. It's interesting because leadoff hitters against Marcus Stroman are 3 for 24 before that Bryson Stott at bat. And that gives an average of 125. One ball, one strike as the pitch was fouled off. Stott's over at first base. He got on with a leadoff single on a 1-2 count. 8 seconds left on the pitch clock for Stroman. And the pitch. Swing and a miss. A 92-mile-per-hour four-seam fastball that was on the inside corner. Kellen, what's going on? It says 100 years ago. What's up? What's up? How you doing? 1 ball, 2 strikes. The pitch that's flied out to shallow center field. It's going to be a tough play, but calling everybody off is Suzuki, and he'll make the catch. It was tough because Suzuki had to come a ways towards the infield, and between him and Christopher Morel and also Nico Horner, they had to communicate, and they did a pretty good job. So there's 1 out in the bottom of the first, and Bryce Harper steps up to the plate for the Phillies. Nice, nice. I'm happy that you're doing well. I'm so happy that you're on here to join me, man. Harper is hitting .314 this season. He has 2 home runs and 5 RBI. So Stott got on with a leadoff single. Turner then flew out to shallow right field. Bryce Harper wearing his green cleats and his multicolor batting gloves, and the first pitch is taken way down low for a ball. So the Cubs left 2 base runners on in their top of the first inning. The Phillies already have 1. That's Bryson Stott, the 1-0. Swing and a miss on a cutter that was inside at 90 miles per hour. If you guys haven't done so already, make sure you like, make sure you subscribe, and hit the notification bell icon if you love the Phillies as much as I do. We pretty much come on here like almost every day. 1 ball, 1 strike, and the pitch. Just a little bit inside for ball 2. We're working our way up to 400. It's funny because when you look at the Phillies from top to bottom, when you look at the starting lineup from top to bottom, the hitters are actually 19 for 102 against Marcus Stroman. There's a ground ball that is backhanded and off the glove over at third base. It goes out into left field. Harper trying to go into second base, and it's not in time. Oh, man. It was a ground ball over to third base, and trying to backhand it over there was Nick Madrigal, and it just went off of his glove. It went out into left field, and the throw by Ian Happ was in plenty of time, but Nico Horner apparently didn't tag Bryce Harper. And Harper is safe at second base. Let's see here. David Ross is thinking about challenging it and decides not to. So that puts runners over at second and third. I'm interested to see how they're going to score that. But nonetheless, Castellanos is up at the plate with runners at second and third and 1 out. And the first pitch, that's flied out to right field. This should do it. Suzuki underneath it. He'll make the catch, and he bobbles it. He bobbles it, and 1 run's going to come in to score. And that's Bryson Stott, and Nick Castellanos doesn't know if he's out yet or not. What are they going to rule this? I think that Suzuki caught it. He did. Okay, he caught it, and then as soon as he was trying to make the throw, he just bobbled it. So Harper is going to be safe over at second base. It's going to go down as a sacrifice fly, but an E9. Wild. So the Phillies take a 1-0 lead on the sac fly. Harper's now over at third base, and there's 2 outs. And the first pitch to Kyle Schwarber is down low for a ball. So that goes down as a sac fly E9. And then Let's see what they ruled the other play on the Bryce Harper hit. Oh, thank you. Yeah, it's fun when they're scoring runs for sure. 1 ball, no strikes in the second pitch of the at-bat is taken on the outside corner. Kyle Schwarber went 2 for 20 on the road trip when the Phillies played against the Rockies and the Giants. The 1-1 inside for ball 2. So let's see what they ruled that. They scored it as a double. That is crazy. So Harper's hit was a double, and Nick Castellanos had a sacrifice fly. 2-1, swing and a miss. They did not give Saya Suzuki an E9 on the throw. He caught the ball from Nick Castellanos, and then he just, as soon as he was trying to make the throw, he bobbled it. The 2-2, swing and a miss. And that'll do it. So the Phillies get 1 run on the sacrifice fly by Nick Castellanos. They send 4 men up to the plate. And we go to the top of the second inning. The Phillies are up 1-0. Okay. Now you can. There you go. There we go. We got a new subscriber, Daniel Timms. What is up, man? What is up? And Kellen, I don't know if I shouted you out the other day when you did subscribe. If I didn't shout you out, I apologize. Shout out to Kellen, man. Kellen Kreco, 100 years ago. You're the best, and I love you. And I appreciate you for subscribing. Welcome on into the Play-by-Play with JJ family. We're growing. We're growing very quickly. We've been doing this for 5 months. We covered Sixers games until their season was done. We started off at the very end of the Patriots season. We don't get into football, though, like when we're talking about baseball, because that's 2 different sort of situations. But yes. What was I saying? And then we do almost every single Phillies game. It was tough, like over the last couple of months, because we were doing Sixers and Phillies at the same time. But that's just what happens. Can you imagine, like, once the Flyers start doing well, how tricky that's going to be? I'm just saying. That'll be very interesting, for sure. But yeah, I love you guys so much. If you guys haven't done so already, make sure that you also go follow the social media platforms that are listed down below. My LINKTREE is listed. It's actually pinned at the very top of this of this channel. Sorry, I'm stumbling on my words. And if you want to donate to the channel, you're most certainly welcome to do that. The PayPal and the LinkedIn, or in the not LinkedIn, PayPal and the Venmo accounts are also posted on the LINKTRee. I can't speak, man. 1-0 Phillies as we go to the top of the second inning. I'm Jason Joseph, and so 5, 6, 7, and 8 are coming up for the Cubs. There's a ground ball back up the middle for a base hit, and Trey Mancini already gets aboard 1 pitch and a single. And that is how we start off the top of the second inning. Shady, thanks for coming on here. And yes, of course, I got you. I got you, my guy. I call everybody my guy. So. But yes. All right. So Yan Gomes is coming up, and, well, lately he's been hitting the ball really well for the Cubs. The power has been starting to come. He's hitting .282 on the season. Suarez gets set, winds up, and delivers the first pitch in this at-bat, and it's taken at the knees for a called strike. He has 6 home runs and 17 at-bats, and he's hitting .282 with a .502 slugging percentage. No balls, 1 strike, in the pitch. Lined over the head of Bryson Stott. It goes out into right center field. Castellanos fields it. Stopping over at second base is Trey Mancini, and back-to-back singles issued by Ranger Suarez. Just when the Phillies get a run, which was what the doctor ordered, the Cubs already have traffic on the base paths. There was no chance that Bryson Stott was going to be able to leap up and make the catch. Alrighty. Nobody out. 2 runners on. Phillies up 1-0. And the next batter is Christopher Morel. And he'll take the first pitch outside. It was a curveball at 75 miles per hour. Morel has been absolutely incredible this season. He has 5 homers, 10 RBI. He's hitting .371. Lifetime at Citizens Bank Park, he's been raking the baseball. The 1-0. He shows bunt, takes it back, and it's a called strike anyways. It was right at the knees. So there's nobody on, 2 outs. Morel up at the plate. Nick Madrigal waits on deck. Bryce Harper had a hit over towards Madrigal, and it bounced off of his glove, and it went out into left field. It was ruled as a base hit, though. The 1-1. Down low for ball 2. Morel is hitting .364 with runners in scoring position. He has a home run and 5 RBI. The 2-1 pitch. Way down low and in the dirt for ball 3. This is Rangers' first home start since the playoffs of last year, the World Series. Got a pretty good standing ovation from Dan Baker and the rest of the fans. 3-1. Outside for ball 4, and now load the bases. And JT Realmuto wants to head on over to the mound to have a conversation with Ranger Suarez just to calm him down and talk things over, as he's in a little bit of a jam, to say the least. So a single by Mancini, another single by Yan Gomes, and Morel gets on with a walk, and that is how we start off the top of the second inning. Phillies do lead, though, 1-0. Oh, thank you, man. I appreciate it. Here's Nick Madrigal, who's 0 for 2 with the bases loaded this season. Everybody's going to go back to their spots. Mancini over at third, Gomes over at second, Morel over at first. And then after this, we will flip the lineup card. First pitch, up high and inside for a ball, a 93-mile-per-hour four-seam fastball. Phillies defense playing pretty much at a normal depth. Turner is back a little bit. The 1-0. Just over the middle of the plate for a called strike, and Madrigal took it all the way. I wonder why this stopped charging. I'll have to figure that out. The 1-1. Ground ball back up the middle, and it gets past the diving stop of Trey Turner, and that's going to be a 2-run single at least, as 1 run comes in to score. That's Trey Mancini. Gomes also scores as well, and it is a 2-run single by Nick Madrigal. And going over to second base is Christopher Morel, and the Cubs have a 2-1 lead. Not a whole lot of power on that pitch, but Madrigal just got a pitch right down the middle and just hit it right back up the middle for a base hit. So it's 2-1 Cubs. Runners are now at the corners, actually, as Morel goes over to third, and now Caleb Cotham's going to go out there to talk things over with Suarez, as we don't even have an out in this inning. So Cotham brings the whole infield together. He'll rally the troops. The last time that the Phillies actually beat the Cubs was back in 2021. They got swept last year in Chicago, and they also, that was towards the end of the season. That was from the end of the regular season, right before they ended up clinching a playoff spot against the Houston Astros. But they have lost 6 straight against the Cubs. They did not win 1 game last season. Runners at the corners. We flip the lineup card as Nico Horner is up. And the first pitch is down low for a ball. Horner grounded out to first. Or grounded out to Ranger Suarez in the first inning. So it's 1 ball, no strikes. Yeah, 2021. And the pitch, swing and a miss. Suarez already has 38 pitches. He only had 13 in the first. 10 seconds left on the pitch clock. Runners at the corners for the Cubs, who have taken a 2-1 lead in this top of the second. The throwback over to first is not in time. Yeah, there's no outs. Why didn't the score? Okay, now it finally did. One ball, one strike to Horner, and the pitch. Line drive out to left field. That's going to go all the way towards the wall, and at least one run's going to come in to score. It'll be Christopher Morel. Going over to third base now is Nick Madrigal. And Madrigal comes in to score two. And it's a 2-run double, and the Cubs have a 4-1 lead. I apologize. I didn't see that. Didn't see where Madrigal was, and he was hustling as soon as that ball was hit. So it's 4-1 Cubs, as there was a double down the left field line and went all the way towards the wall. And the third base coach for the Cubs was telling him Madrigal to just go home, and he just gave him the wave sign. And Horner gets on with a 2-run double, and mind you, there's still nobody out. And here is Dansby Swanson, who takes the first pitch for a strike. Swanson is lifetime 2 for 20 coming into today against Ranger Suarez. He flew out in the first. The 0-1 is way inside for a ball. This is tough. Horner's over at second base. The 1-1. Swing and a miss on a curveball at 76 miles per hour. Star Wars, yeah, I said that. We haven't beaten them since 2021. I know. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 42 pitches by Suarez so far, and there's not even an out in the top of the second inning. The 1-2 in the dirt. And a good take by Swanson. Chicago has won 18 of its 22 games this season, in which it has scored more than 4 runs. And that is according to ActionNetwork.com. The 2-2. It's in the dirt for ball 3. And they've also won 24 of the 35 games that they played in this season, in which they've collected 8 or more hits this season. 3-2. It's fouled back, and Dansby Swanson stays alive. Nobody warming up in the bullpen just yet, according to my knowledge. But this is the third full count that Suarez has fallen into tonight. They trail 4-1 the Phillies in this series opener against the Cubs. The 3-2 down low and inside for ball 4. And now you might want to at least get somebody warming up in the bullpen if you were Rob Thompson. Caleb Cotham sitting over there right next to Rob Thompson with his iPad out. Swanson gets on with a walk. That'll put runners at first and second. The Cubs have a 4-1 lead with still nobody out in the top of the second inning. So this will be the 7th man to come up to the plate, and that's Ian Happ, who singled back in the first inning and got the first hit on the night for the Cubs. Suarez with the first pitch. Does not get the call as it was just a little bit down low. So now Caleb Cotham is making a call over to the bullpen to get somebody warming up. Don't know who it is just yet, but they just showed Caleb Cotham on the phone. The 1-0. Swing and a miss. HD, can you hear me? Can you guys hear me? You guys can hear me, right? One ball, one strike. 5 seconds left on the pitch clock, and the pitch. Oh, HD, I forgot that you're at the game. That's why. That's why. I forgot you're at the game. Thanks for coming on to support me, though, like while you're at the game, man. 1 ball, 2 strikes. I forgot you said that. 49 pitches by Suarez. The 50th one is coming right up, and we still don't have an out in the top of the second. The 1-2. Swing and a little dribbler that is fouled down the third base line. Jeff Hoffman, Larry's boy, is warming up in the bullpen. That's your guy with the bright red glove. Horner over at second base. Over at first is Swanson. The 1-2. Inside and low. Statcast said it was on the inside corner right at the knees, but looked like it was just a little bit more down low. Pretty deceiving. Ranger allowed, the 2-2 is fouled back. So far, Ranger has allowed 4 earned runs and 3 walks in this game. He went 4 innings and he allowed 3 earned runs the last time he was out there, which was his first start of the season. And that was against the Rockies. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Nobody out in the top of the second, and the pitch. Ground ball, foul down the first base line. The ball girl's going to get over there, and somebody's going to get another souvenir, and it's a little kid. Looks like his sister was right next to him. 7 pitches in this at-bat, 4 foul balls. On deck is Seiya Suzuki, who homered twice in the last game for the Cubs. They played against the Astros. 2 balls, 2 strikes in the pitch. On the inside corner, called strike 3. And there's 1 down in the top of the second inning. Suzuki will be the 8th man to come up to the plate for the Cubs. That curveball had a lot of good movement on it. That was the right pitch for him to throw, for sure. 54 pitches by Suarez. Suzuki comes up, and the first pitch is outside and low for a ball. It was a curveball at 76 miles per hour. Seiya hitting .286 this season with 5 homers and 17 RBI. The 1-0. On the inside corner for a called strike, a sinking fastball at 92 miles per hour. Well, fan vision looks really good out there in left field. The scoreboard is nice and bright. The bell tonight is blue. One ball, 1 strike, and the pitch. And that is on the outside corner for a called strike again. The weather's pretty nice out tonight. Not a lot of long sleeve shirts. There's some. But it's not too hot either. The 1-2 in the dirt for ball 2. Diamondbacks and Pirates just got their game started. It's 1-1 in the bottom of the 4th inning. I thought I said bottom of the second, and it just updated. Bottom of the 4th. Pirates have runners over at second and third. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Suzuki. And the pitch, swing and a miss. It was a curveball that was way inside, and it was also in the dirt, and Suzuki just went after it anyways and got rung up. So that's now back-to-back strikeouts issued by Ranger Suarez. Here comes Patrick Wisdom. Wisdom struck out in the first inning. It was on a check swing, and he did not agree with the call by Andy Fletcher. Wisdom hitting .237 on the season. And the first pitch is up high for a ball. But he does lead the team in home runs. He has been on a whole new level this season with his power. 35 pitches in this inning by Ranger Suarez, and he has 60 already. The 1-0 up high for a ball. JT tries to throw back over to second, and he actually bobbled it. So it'll be a 2-0 count, and Horner will stay put over at second. Yankees lead 1-0, and now the Pirates actually just got a 2-run single, and they're now up 3-1. The home plate umpire, Andy Fletcher, just took his catcher mask off, and guess that there was some sort of stoppage in play, but we play on now. If you guys haven't done so already, make sure you like, make sure you subscribe to the channel. If you haven't done so already, we're on the road to 400 subscribers. So we're almost there. Be nice if we could do it tonight. The 2-0. Down low for ball 3. Clock violation. You're funny. Oh, man. 3 balls, no strikes, 2 outs in the top of the second inning. Suarez gets set, lines up, and the pitch. Foul back towards the net behind home plate. How about the Tigers? They lead 6-0 against the Washington Nationals in Washington. And the Blue Jays just got their game started against the Baltimore Orioles. They're on Apple TV. It's 1-0 Toronto in the top of the third. 3 balls, 1 strike, and the pitch. There's a high fly ball drilled out to left field. If it's fair, it's gone. It's foul. Patrick Wisdom just missed that. It went into the third deck on the left field side. That was a hanging curveball, and Wisdom squared it up perfectly, but was just a tad bit early. It's a full count. 2 outs in the top of the second, and the payoff pitch. Fouled back again. Another hanging curveball. Oh, man. Not a good start so far by Ranger Suarez. It was smooth sailing in the first. And then the second, he allowed 6 straight base runners. 3-2. Taken right down the middle for a called strike 3 by Patrick Wisdom. And now that'll do it. Back-to-back-to-back strikeouts issued by Ranger Suarez, but the damage is done. The Cubs get 4 runs, and we go to the bottom of the second inning. The Phillies are down 4-1. I think that the Phillies just dodged a bullet there. I'm surprised that Patrick Wisdom took that one all the way. It was a curveball that was right in his wheelhouse. Oof. Okay. Guys, don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, hit the bell icon as well. We got 11 people on here, man. The more likes we get, the more people we're going to get to join on here. So please subscribe, please like as well. Follow JJ on the socials via Linktree. Link is posted down below. And, yeah, man, that's what we do. 9 men come to the plate for the Cubs, and they get 4 runs. After we finally got a scoreless first. Yep. Whew. The Xfinity Fireworks Show, June 30th and July 14th. Should I call a game while I'm there if I do go and do it? As the fireworks are going off. Should I do that? I'm just saying if I go. I don't know if that'll be pleasing to the ear, hearing all the fireworks. Unless I had a mixer with me, but they're not going to allow me to bring in a mixer to the stadium. Okay. JT Realmuto comes up to the plate. You have to. I know, that would be sick. Swing and a miss by JT. That'd be wild. That would be really sick. JT hitting .304 on the season so far. 5 men came up to the plate for the Phillies in the first, and the 0-1 is flied out to center field. Going over to his left side on the run is Christopher Morel, and he'll make the easy catch for the first out. So JT is retired, and Alec Bohm will come up now for the Phils. Phillies, they got swept by the Giants. They lost their final game of the series by a score of 7-4. It was tied up 4-4 going into the bottom of the 8th inning. And the Giants got the lead back and did not turn their backs against the wall. No balls, 1 strike to Alec Bohm, and the pitch. That's sliced down the right field line, and it's foul. So the Phillies are down by 3 runs. They scored and struck first on a sacrifice fly hit by Nick Castellanos. And Nick Madrigal got a 2-run single, and then Nico Horner hit a 2-run double. And thankfully it was just that, because the Cubs still had nobody out. The 0-2, up high for a ball. Stroman's still on the bump for the Cubs. Forgot to mention that. He's out there for his second inning of work. The 1-2 pitch, swing and a miss, and there's a 91-mile-per-hour sinking fastball that is swung on and missed by Alec Bohm, and there's already 2 gone. Stroman's not necessarily going to overheat you with a lot of fastballs, but his command has really gotten a lot better over the last couple of years, and this season he's been one of the most dominant pitchers in the National League. First pitch to Brendan Marsh is outside for a ball. And I say that because before Saturday's game that he played, before Saturday's outing against Minnesota, he had the 3rd best ERA in the NL. The 1-0 is flied out to left field on the run, and making the catch for out number 3 is Ian Happ. And there's a 1-2-3 inning as we go to the top of the 3rd. Phillies down 4-1 against the Cubs. This team swings at the first pitch they see. They do. They're very aggressive, and they have to be more patient, Larry. They do. And I don't know if that's just a Kevin Long, sort of a thing, or if it's just a mental approach, I think that when runners get on base for them, they tend to get a little bit more tense at the plate, and they have to, they have to try to be a little bit more calm, cool, and collective. It's easier said than done, obviously, but that's just from the eye test. Alrighty. Not selective. Yep. It's a good way to put it. We got 9 people on here. All right, I'm going to take a very, very quick step. Nope, I'm not going to take a quick step off. All right, we just got back. That was quick. We'll take a quick step off after the next half inning, though. Pretty big crowd tonight at Citizens Bank Park. Oh, they came back a little bit early because Taryn Hatcher had a little report that she wanted to do. I just realized that she's probably only on for the home games, because I didn't see her on the road. So that's interesting. Huh. NBC Sports, I guess, doesn't want to pay. I don't know. I don't want to make any assumptions, but I find that interesting. The entertainment business is a very interesting business for sure. Yes. So the Phillies trail 4-1 as we go to the top of the 3rd inning. Daniel Timms, I don't know if I gave you a shout out But if I did, I'll shout you out again. Thanks for subscribing to Play by Play with JJ. I got the notification on my phone. I really appreciate you joining into the JJ family. All right. Jeff Hoffman comes in, and Ranger Suarez's day is done. Hoffman has pitched in 3 games this season, has 1 hold, 8 strikeouts, and 2 walks. The 0-1. There's a ground ball over to third base. Sosa fields it on a couple of hops and throws over to first across the diamond just in time to get the first out, and Trey Mancini is retired. So Suarez only went 2 innings. He allowed 4 earned runs and had over 60 pitches. And Yan Gomes comes up. He was 0 for his last 13. And the first pitch is taken at the knees for a called strike. A slider at 87 miles per hour. The 0-1, taken down low and outside for a ball. They have the adjustable military hats. They're showing that in the shop. It's kind of cool. 1-1, just a little bit up high for ball 2. A 98-mile-per-hour fastball. Three seconds left on the pitch clock in the 2-1. It's taken down low for ball 3. So it's a 3-1 count. Nobody on. 1 out in the top of the 3rd inning. So the last time that the Phillies actually beat the Cubs was on September 16th of 2021. The 3-1 that is lined just over the glove of Trey Turner out into left field, and Yan Gomes is able to get on with another base hit. Oh boy, a 1-out single. And the Cubs have been continuing to hit off the Phillies. They only have 1 extra base hit, and that was on the 2-run double by Nico Horner. Snowman, thanks for coming on here, my guy. Please go subscribe to Snowman Multimedia. I'm begging you guys, for sure. He's been putting out some awesome content. Christopher Morel up at the plate. And the first pitch is taken right down Broad Street for a called strike. So Jeff Hoffman on the bump for the Phils. Ranger Suarez only went 2 innings. And he allowed 4 earned runs that were all in the 2nd inning. The 0-1, swing and a miss on a fastball that was right down Broad Street. And Morel could not catch up to the high heater. A runner over at first. No balls, 2 strikes in the top of the 3rd. 1 out as well. Hoffman gets the signs from Realmuto, winds up, and the 0-2. Down low for a ball. It was also a little bit outside. A slider coming in at 89 miles per hour. Nick Madrigal waits on deck. He had a 2-run single to start off the 2nd inning rally against the Phillies. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Hoffman gets set, kicks, steals, and the pitch is way up high for ball 2. So Hoffman was let go of by the Colorado Rockies a little bit earlier in the season, and the Phillies just picked him up not too long ago. Pretty big crowd at the bank. The bell is blue. The sky is pretty clear too. The 2-2, swing and a miss on a fastball that was right down the pipe at 97 miles per hour. And Morel goes down swinging. And there's 2 gone. Well, Jeff Hoffman dared Morel to try to catch up to the fastball, and Morel just couldn't catch up to it again. He was just late. Here's Nick Madrigal. 2 outs in the top of the 3rd. A runner over at first. And the pitch. It was way up high, but not according to Andy Fletcher behind the plate. And it makes it a 0-1 count. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, my guys. I love you all so much for being on here and being so supportive. The 0-1. Oh, man, that was outside. And, well, again, it's called a strike. Not so consistent so far. No balls, 2 strikes. 2 outs in the top of the 3rd inning. Cubs and Phillies starting off a 3-game set. And if you just subscribed to my channel, give yourself a shout out. The 0-2, way down low, was a slider at 89 miles per hour. We just reached 390. Oh, man, 10 more than we hit 400 and get another milestone. Oh, man, I'm fired up. 2 outs in the top of the 3rd. A runner over at first. The 1-2 to Madrigal. Swing and a miss. A splitter at 92 miles per hour. And that'll do it. We go to the bottom of the 3rd. No runs. 1 man left. And the Phillies are down 4-1. They'll be back up in just a few moments. Oh, man. I don't know if you guys watch the highlights tonight. Watch that splitter, man. That was really good. That splitter was filthy. Jeez. That's crazy. Closing in on 400. Oh, we just lost somebody, according to the numbers here. But that's okay. That's fine. Ugh. Maybe they didn't want the shout out, and that's why they unsubscribed. No, I'm kidding. What was I going to say? Something. I was going to say something, and I forget what it was. There we go. Sometimes that happens. All right, we got 9 people on here watching. Pretty sick, man. Smash the like button. Hit the subscribe button as well. We already have 10 likes. We want to continue to grow the family. And the only way to do that is if more people come on here and like this content. John Brilla, thanks for coming on here. I appreciate it so much. My aunt is in the house. My Aunt Janice. Hello, Aunt Janice. Hello. How are you? Thanks for coming on here. Just got another subscriber. Oh, man. Sick. Sick stuff, man. Phillies down 4-1 as we go to the bottom of the 3rd. The Cubs, over their last 5 games, have allowed 47 runs. And it has not been pleasing for them, but their pitching so far today throughout just 2 innings has only allowed 1. 9-1-2 coming up for the Phils. As we go to the bottom of the 3rd, Stroman throwing his 27th pitch, and the first pitch in this at-bat is taken on the inside, or taken inside for a ball. Sosa is hitless in his last 15 at-bats. The 1-0. That's lined over to right field for a base hit. And, well, he's now 1 for his last 16 as he gets on with a leadoff single. Sosa was wearing his military batting gloves. And that pitch was on the lower, no, it looked like it was, it was on the lower part of the outside corner. There we go. And that is how the Phillies lead off the 3rd. Stott led the inning, or the first inning off with a single. And the first pitch to Stott in this at-bat in the bottom of the 3rd is taken at the knees for a called strike. Phillies looking for somebody to ring the bell. That'd be really nice. Stott hitting .284 on the season. He now has a 6-game hitting streak. Started off the season with a 17-game hitting streak. The 0-1. Outside for a ball. Stroman has 30 pitches, and he's had a lot of success against the Phillies throughout his career. It's been all around. 1 ball, 1 strike, and the pitch. Inside and low. Good block at the plate by Yan Gomes. So the Cubs are without Cody Bellinger. Bellinger got injured on Monday night's game as he was trying to rob Kyle Tucker on a home run and had had a left knee contusion. 2-1. It's thrown back over to first for a ball. Runner over at first. 2 balls, 1 strike to Bryson Stott. And the pitch, Stott does show bunt, and he bunts it down the third base line, but it's just foul. And that makes it a 2-2 count. He was trying to surprise everybody. Christopher Giordano, thank you for subscribing to my channel, my guy. Welcome to the JJ family. You're in for a treat. You are. So it's a 2-2 count. Nobody out, and a runner over at first, and the pitch outside for ball 3. Stott has been doing a much better job as of lately at the plate. He went 1 for 4 with a home run in the last game that the Phillies played against the Giants, and he would tie it up on the solo home run in the 5th inning. 3-2 is fouled back. Sosa has to get his exercise and go back over to first base. He'll jog back over there. 34 pitches by Stroman. Wow, what a camera view that is from behind the plate. That's like a money shot. That's what they call it in film. Payoff pitch by Stroman. It's hit out to left center field. On the run and making the sliding catch out in left field will be Patrick Wisdom, and the throw back over to first is not in time, and Sosa just gets back in there safely. Happ was actually out in left field and almost made a really good throw. Sosa had to actually go back over to first base because that could have dropped in for a hit. And Ian Happ made the sliding catch and within one motion got right back up and threw a dart over to first base. Let's see if Edmundo Sosa was actually out because that was a really good throw. I don't know. That was pretty close. They won't review it. David Ross wants to keep his challenge. So there's one out now. Trey Turner up at the plate, and he'll line that one over to third base. It's gobbled up by the third baseman, and the throw across the diamond is in plenty of time for out number 2. That was Nick Madrigal that just knocked it down, and Sosa does go over to second base. So that will be an F7 and then a G5. Okay, now Bryce Harper comes up. That was a pretty good pitch thrown by Marcus Stroman. Harper up at the plate wearing his green cleats. He doubled in the first. It was a line drive that was over towards the third base bag. Madrigal could not field it cleanly. It was a hot shot, though. He tried to backhand it. Then it just went out to left field, and he turned a single into a double. First pitch, outside for a ball. 2 outs. A runner over at second base. In the bottom of the third as the Phillies trail 4-1. Harper has struggled lifetime against Marcus Stroman. The one that was taken right at the knees were a called strike. Coming into today, he was only 1 for 13, and he had only 1 RBI and struck out 3 times, but he did get on with that double. The 1-1, swing and a miss on a fastball that was nowhere near to the strike zone. And it wasn't even anywhere near the plate either. That makes it a 1-2 count. And the pitch. Just a little bit outside, a slider at 90 miles per hour. And a good take by Harper. On deck is Nick Castellanos. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Stroman gets the signs from Gomes. And the pitch. Up high for ball 3. 93 miles per hour on the gun. Castellanos had a sacrifice fly that would give the Phillies a 1-0 lead in the bottom of the first. They now trail 4-1. Big payoff pitch coming right up. Here it is. Swing and a miss on a pitch that was inside and low. A cutter. And Harper goes fishing after that one. And we go to the top of the fourth. No runs. One man left. It was on a leadoff single by Edmundo Sosa. And we now go to the top of the fourth inning. We'll be right back. That was a rally killer. Okay. I'm going to take a very, very quick step off because I need to drink some water. But I will be right back in just a few moments. Do not change that channel. Do not go anywhere. We'll be right back. Alrighty. So I have a question for you guys as we just come back on here. So I want to get your opinion. Is the bot going off a little bit too much for your liking, or do you think it should be a little bit? You think it should be a little bit slower, or do you think that it's at a pretty normal rate? We're just playing around with this bot, so I just want to get your feedback because I'm always curious. We go to the top of the fourth. Nico Horner up at the plate. Jeff Hoffman back out there for his second inning of work for the Phillies. And the 0-1 is sliced out to left field. Schwarber on the run, and he'll make the catch for the first out of the inning. I hate it when my laptop does this. But there's one gone as Nico Horner flies out to left field. There is a little bit of a breeze, but not too much. It's a cool breeze as nighttime is just about ready to fall upon us. One out, and Dansby Swanson's up, and the first pitch is inside and high for a ball. The bot's freaking out a bit. Yeah, I think we got to slow it down a little bit. But the 1-0, it's fouled over towards the third base side. And it's now a 1-1 count. All right, I'll ask Gabe if he could slow it down a little bit. Shout out to Gabe, man. 1-1, swing and a miss. All right, let me text Gabe. All right. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out in the top of the fourth inning. Swanson up at the plate, facing Jeff Hoffman, who has 21 pitches so far. Pirates now have an 8-1 lead. The 1-2. It's outside for ball 2. That's against the Arizona Diamondbacks. Big crowd at Citizens Bank Park. 2-2. Foul back towards the first base side, and that goes out of play. So Swanson played with the Atlanta Braves and started off struggling in his career, but then just caught red hot. 2-2. Outside and low for ball 3. Swanson has 45 hits on the season, along with 167 at-bats. He does also have 3 home runs and 16 RBI. Payoff pitch, fouled back. Yeah, Mold, what is the bot? So the bot is the stream elements thing that's been going off in this chat. It has like these timers that keep going off, and I control it where I allow it to send messages, certain types of messages, every so-and-so amount of minutes. So I think I have one bot, like for my social medias, that go out like every 15 minutes or so. That's what it is. 3-2. There's a shot out to center field. That's going back to the warning track, and making the catch right at the wall is Brandon Marsh. He didn't even have to leap up, but that almost got out of here. And there's 2 gone. And he just missed it. Just had to put his glove right over the wall. And I think it would have stayed in the park just barely. No. That's just the ticker. The bot, if you go into the live chat, like when you're typing, it says stream elements, and it's that message. It just says, like right now, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to my channel. It's the message above what you just typed. The 0-1, swing and a miss. The ticker's a whole nother thing. I do like the ticker. Nobody on. 2 outs in the top of the 4th. No balls, 2 strikes to Ian Happ, who's 1 for 2 on the day. And the pitch, grounded foul down the third base line. Do you guys remember J.A. Happ? I was always a big fan of J.A. Happ. He won Rookie of the Year with us. The 0-2. It's outside and high. He played for the Yankees, too. He had a pretty good, long career. I think that, I don't know if he retired just yet. The 1-2. It's taken up high for ball 2. Let's see if he retired, because now I'm really curious. J.A. Happ. He did retire. He's 40 years old. Huh. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and the pitch to Ian Happ. It's fouled back towards the third base line, and it goes out of play. Yeah, J.A. Happ. He retired in 2021 with the Cardinals. Just a one-time All-Star. He did. He played for the Blue Jays for 2 years. Then he went to Seattle. And then he went back to, he also played for Pittsburgh for half a season. 2-2. On the outside corner, called strike 3. And that'll do it, as Jeff Hoffman is able to get himself a 1-2-3 inning. And we go to the bottom of the 4th. Phillies down 4-1. So J.A. Happ, he played for the Phillies. Then he went to the Astros. I don't remember that. But then he went to the Blue Jays. And then he played for Seattle at the beginning of the 2015 season. And then got traded to the Pirates. Then after that, the Toronto Blue Jays got him back for another 2 years. And the Yankees would then get him in a trade. And he played with the Yankees up until the pandemic. And then in 2021, he played for the Minnesota Twins and for the St. Louis Cardinals. So he retired, or the last time he played was when he was 38. Now he's 40. Huh. That's crazy. I liked J.A. Happ. He in the 2009 season for J.A. Happ was really special. He went 166 innings. He had 119 strikeouts, only allowed 54 earned runs, and had a 1.23 whip. Happ was a can't-miss prospect. Yeah. Yep. Exactly. So, 6'5". I didn't realize it was that tall. Huh. If you guys are new to my channel, don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, hit the notification bell icon as well, so that way you know when I upload or whenever I go live. We pretty much do almost every single Phillies game. We also just wrapped up the Sixers season last week. And, yeah, here's Nick Castellanos, who comes up to the plate. So Castellanos has a sacrifice fly in his first at-bat. Stroman with the first pitch. It's a slurve at 86 miles per hour. That's the first time that he's thrown that today. So